Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So before we get into this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for all the support and all the feedback from the channel update video. Overall, it's going to be a lot better for the channel and for you guys, and the experience that you're going to get from the content. So again, I want to say thank you and welcome to all the new people that have joined the new channel down the road. And because I can't keep my water, I want to give you a wee sneak peek of the giveaways that I'm going to be doing on the channel in December. So these aren't going to be in any particular order, but there's going to be the Bluetti power station, All Powers power stations, a reversing camera, camping chairs. There's loads of other wee things as well, but another massive one is there could possibly be a drone up for grabs as well. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. So if you remember in this video here, Aobosi sent out a 36 litre fridge freezer, and that piece of kit just blew me away because it was not just a fridge but also a freezer, or you could have one or the other, and it was so portable as well. Unfortunately for Dobby, it was just a wee bit too big. As you see in this video, it was taking up a lot of space. That would be more suited in a Vivaro or a Transit, you know, something just a bit bigger than a micro camper. It is portable enough that you could put it in this van and just prioritise a space for it, so you could have it in a micro camper. So that was the 36 litre version. Aobosi has now reached out again. They've asked me if I wanted to review their even bigger 45 litre fridge freezer. This one's off the charts. This is one you're definitely going to want in your own camper van. And I know what you're thinking, Robert, if 36 litres was too much, 45 is surely going to be just massive. Do you know what? Have a look at this. So I have done a lot of reviews on the channel. I've kind of learned that the box is always bigger than the actual product. Let's get it open and we'll see what it looks like in the van first. We're not going to prejudge how big it is. We're going to wait and see when it's out the box. The box is a lot bigger, so I feel a wee bit more relieved about that. Can't find a Stanley knife, so an old butter knife's going to need to do it. Aye, it's not as big now. That's the Boxio sink for comparison. So let's see for this angle. So as you can tell, she does have a bit of a fat bum. This bit here, so satisfying. So I was planning on doing a nice wee ASMR sequence from taking off the plastic from the fridge, but I'm going to be honest, it was a bit of a nightmare. So when it comes to unboxing, it's literally just the fridge, and inside we do get the manual, and that's it. So this doesn't come with a power supply because it is a 12 volt fridge with the cabling all at the back. So in order to see this working, we're going to plug it into the fuse box and into the Bluetti. So before I plug it all in and stuff, I'll show you what the back looks like. So to me, this just looks like a spaghetti junction, basically like a conventional fridge. But this type of fridge is going to be in camper vans where you see the fridge under a worktop unit. So this all gets covered. As you can see, this is a power supply here. So let's get this connected to the fuse board. I've been doing other things with the build, and I've kind of been leaving the electrics to the last minute. So now I need to face it. So let's get into it. Fuse box is there, switch panels there, but the electrics I'm thinking are going to go here anyway, so they're all within reach, but I think I can get to this without actually having to lift that up. So the lights are only getting into the top one, which is a 3 amp fuse, the next one down is a 5, and the one below that is a 20. So we'll need to check how much we need for this and what fuse to work. So on the power lead, they do give us an inline fuse, and this could actually be a good indication of the fuse we need to use. So it's a 15, that's fine. So down here I've only got 3, 5 and 20, so we'll put it in the 20. So if this was a year ago and I was given this fridge with just these leads, I'd have probably collapsed within myself like a dying star. I've made my electrics as simple as possible. The way that I've set it up, it's just a case of positive to positive and negative to negative, and this should just come alive. I'm not going to put any terminals on them, I'm just going to kind of wrap them round just to get a good connection. But if you were going to be installing this, you would want to put some lug nuts on it and install it properly. And just because I'm all about that simple life, I'm going to put it on this side rather than the opposite. So it doesn't need to be super tight, just enough that it's holding on. If I put the power on now, we should see a light pop up to show there's power from the fridge, as you can see. So all we need to do now is just put the fuse in. And as you can hear, the fridge has just came on. Pretty crude setup, 20 amp fuse, positive, negative, and going into the Blue 80. So before we switch it on, let's make sure everything's properly set up within the fridge. So as you can see here, this fridge does actually have two handles, so you can open it from the left or you can open it from the right. Now, in order to open it from the right, you do have to take the front door apart, take the mechanism, put it in here, and then that'll allow you to open it this way. So that is pretty handy, because then it means that whatever your van configuration is, you can set the door to whichever way you need it to open. So that is pretty handy. But ours is set up on the left hand side, so we'll just keep it as is. So if you open it up, and the good thing about this, look at this door, it goes all the way around. So you've got plenty of space to get things in and get them out. But do you also see as well, we do have a light in this fridge. And inside we've got, I'm guessing these are for the door. So the good thing about these dividers is you can actually put them in whichever way you want. So we'll put this one up the top, then the bottom like that. So there is a wee divider up the top as well. So if you've got something that you don't want to be rattling about, you can move this over and lock it in. So if you've got, say, a can of Coke that's open, you could put it in there and then cinch this up and it'll keep it nice and tight. And it's the same at the bottom one as well. So that is a pretty decent size in there. You've got these trays you can put at different heights, and then at the bottom you've got this little drawer, so if you've got anything longer it can go in the back down there. And up the back you can see you get a nice wee drain cover, so if you do have any water in the fridge you can drain it out quite nicely. And then up the top is where your fridge freezer is. So I'm going to put my phone in for reference. So it isn't massive, but it is a nice wee space. You could get some ice in there, you could put some things in and just stack them up. But that's pretty much it for inside the fridge. But as you can see down here, we've got these nice wide feet on each side, and they just help offset any movement that the fridge is going to have when it's moving in transit. So up the top we've got a control panel, we've got the power button, settings, temperature ranges, and buttons to change the temperatures. On the right hand side is going to be for the fridge, which is going to be the main compartment, and on the left is going to be for the freezer compartment. So let's turn it on. And as you can see, this is telling us that the fridge is 11 degrees and the freezer is 12 degrees. If you notice, when I change the temperature, the both numbers move in unison, and the reason why it does that is because it's giving you the best efficiency for the temperatures in both compartments. So the highest temperature, we can set the freezer's -12 and the fridge is 8 degrees, and the lowest is -20 for the freezer and 0 degrees for the main fridge body. So let's turn the lights off and we'll see how bright the fridge is inside. Oh, it's nice and bright. It's not too bright, but it's bright enough. And the light reflects up into the freezer as well, which is quite nice. So I'm impressed with that. So just now it is trying to get down to temperature, but have a listen, it doesn't sound that loud. It's pretty quiet. Dimensions wise, the length is 15 inches, depth 19 inches by a height that's 21 inches. The Aobosi is a 12 volt 45 litre dual capacity fridge freezer, with the fridge ranging from 0 degrees to 8 degrees and the freezer compartment ranging from -20 to -4 degrees. The fridge also has a reversible door from left and right. It's got a built-in LED light for easy nighttime navigation. It operates at a very low 45 decibel noise level. It's got a removable crisper drawer, shelf, bottle holder, egg tray and drain plug. The 12 volt fridge also provides 3 levels of battery protection, high, medium and low, and this just helps prevent the car power supply from overloading or short circuiting and to stop you from basically running out of power. So to set your battery management, you press and hold the settings button until it flashes. So it's currently on the high setting, press it again and you can then flip through different modes. So this is the first battery protection, which is low, medium and then high. So for high, you would use that with the car setting for like the car battery. On the low and the medium, you would use that for like a power station or your leisure batteries in the back. It also has 2 separate modes for fast cooling and eco mode, which is energy saving. And the last thing to note as well, this Aobosi fridge is a compressor fridge, so when it does get to temperature, the system is going to shut off and retain that temperature. Once it feels the temperature starts to rise, it'll kick back on again and bring it back down to temperature, so you're not constantly using power. And the cool thing about this fridge is it does have its own app as well, so let's check it out. Well, I guess I'm not showing the app then. Moving on. So who is the Aobosi 45 litre portable fridge for? Obvious one is for bigger camper vans or motorhomes, but you could also use this in garden homes, off-grid tiny homes, man caves, or if you're a student and you prefer to have a fridge in your own room, because at the end of the day, this is pretty much everything that you need for a fridge and a freezer. And the good thing as well is it only uses 12 volts, so it's no using a lot of power. So what about the pros and cons? I would say the first one is the 45 litre capacity. It is nice to have all that extra space. The second one is going to be the fact that we do have a freezer. And while I've got the door open, I would also say the nice wee LED light inside as well, which leads me on to the reversible door. So the fact that you can place this anywhere in your van and be able to open it from the left or even the right. And again, you do have to take this top bit off to get into the mechanism, but once you do that, you can basically open it from the right hand side. So being able to have that reversible door is a nice touch. Another pro as well, it is actually pretty quiet, and I think the last one for me is this nice simple display with the power, the settings, temperature for the fridge, temperature for the freezer, and then the temperature adjustments there. The fact that it moves in unison when you turn them up and down means that you're not second guessing how cold I need to make the fridge versus the freezer. It does it automatically, which is a plus. So what about the cons? Probably the con for me is this isn't for micro campers. If you've got a bigger van like a Vivaro, Peugeot Boxer, Transit Custom, then this fridge would be ideal for you. This is basically a fridge built for camper vans for those bigger vans. Another con for me as well is it would be nice if they gave you like a 12 volt option with the 12 volt socket so that you can just plug it into like a 12 volt power station kind of thing. So that would have been nice. But above all else, I think the biggest con for me is the mobile app. If you remember in the video for the 36 or the 35 litre fridge, I didn't really like the fact that the app doesn't share the name Aobosi. I did manage to connect it, but the fridge was called The Thing or something like that. As you saw in the clips with this, it's just the exact same thing, so they haven't changed the app. But the only problem is I couldn't pair to this fridge. I tried resetting it, I tried doing the 2 buttons here, but it just wasn't pairing. And then the thing that got me is it wanted to change my Wi-Fi from a 5 GHz signal to a 2.4 GHz signal. The app has massively let this product down in that sense. That's my issue with products like this. It's just a fridge. If anything, it should be Bluetooth. But what I will say is, as a fridge and a freezer, this thing is dynamite. You can see we're already down at -20. I started this review maybe 20 minutes ago. Everything you need on the phone app, you can do right here. So if you discredit the phone app, this is a solid piece of kit. So guys, if you want to go and pick this fridge up for yourself, I will leave a link in the description. So guys, that's going to cover it for this episode. Let me know what you think of this Aobosi 12 volt fridge freezer. And if you haven't already, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop another video. So until the next one guys, peace.